Well, good day, beekeepers. Bald Eagle Veteran here. Today we're going to get into our only remaining hive out of 5 this spring and see if it's ready for a addition of some more space. We're going to give them some pollen patty with supplementations in it, vitamins and stuff like that. There's plenty of pollen right now, but we want to make sure that they get some extra nutrition. And we have all our tools. Of course, brush, hive tool, smoker. It's a little cool today, but not real cool. The bees are plenty active. They were even more active earlier, but I guess the sun didn't stay hot enough for them to do everything that they'd like to do. You see all the action down at the bottom entrance, and of course they're using the upper entrance as well on the inner cover. So what we'd like to do is add a super to the setup here so that I can do some splits in a few weeks. So hopefully, last time I was in the honey super here, there was only, I think, 3 full frames covered with bees, but the queen had laid them all up. There's full of cap larvae, and so we're hoping that those are all hatched, and there's something going on more of those frames. And if it's full, then we're going to go ahead and put another super on top. And we still have some cool temperatures in the mornings, and so we want to make sure that we don't separate the brood right now. But eventually, if it was warmer, I would put the new super right underneath that. I mean the new deep underneath the super here, underneath the medium box, so that the bees could just go up and down. But since I don't want to break up the brood with as cold as it is, I'm going to go ahead and just put it on top this time. So that's the plan if they're ready for it, and hopefully they are. A little bit of smoke. Myself a little bit of smoke, apparently. This out of the way. That's my swarm trap. If you see a lot of smoke coming out of my smoker, it's because I've switched to burlap. It seems to do really well. And I'm also going to stop using plastic queen excluders. They just warp and stuff after a year or two, so I'm going to get metal or steel ones. I'm not going to need any sugar water, so I'm going to replace that with a frame. These frames, I'm going to try to give them all drawn frame. That way they don't have to work so hard. Mostly drawn frame, let's put it that way. Cleaned up all these frames when I got into the hives. Alright, so go ahead and move this out of the way for now. I can go right up there actually. Alright girl, settle down. A little bit antsy. I already got ants up here. surprisingly. Not too populated up here. And that's my steel queen excluder up there. Well, they've expanded some. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not much. Not enough, I don't think. So we're going to leave them where they're at. And, well, we'll check a couple of frames, see if they've expanded the brood pattern there for me. I always like to clean off this propolis while I'm in here. They're drawing out frames. There's bees on all these frames, but these are the only ones that are full. So this is fresh drawn comb up to here and here. They might be really cranking up on this thing. I was hoping they would be. I might just put that extra deep on top of this. Let's take a look, see how they're doing. So they're all the way out, which is fantastic. See here, storing nectar there. That's good. That's what we want. Let's leave that one out while we're looking around. Again, storing nectar and drawing out comb. Let's see how far they are with the brood. What do you see there? Tell me what you think that is. That's all going to be drone comb. You can see how big those holes are. This is all going to be drone comb. Again, cleaning off but no eggs left in there yet. So I'm trying to find out how far we are with laying the queen. Bees are pretty big. Oh, this is heavy. All right, so that's loaded with honey on both sides. So maybe the queen's not coming up here at this point. Maybe she's just moved down to the lower box for right now, but there were eggs on a couple of frames over there. Sorry, girl. Come on, get off of there. Some pollen in here too, like they were going to use this for laying eggs and then they changed it over or something like that. Who knows, right? Get out of my face there, girlfriend. Doing pretty good. Got a couple buzzing me, but that's about it. I don't have any problem with that. They start pounding me like they want to get through my suit. That's when I'm worried. Okay, this is all fresh drawn comb, loaded with nectar. That's good. That's good. I like it. Now you know why. Like I said, I don't need any sugar water in here. They got plenty of nectar, but I'm looking. Oh, there we go. There's our brood right there. Saving my propolis or tincture. I love it when you just put your hand down on a frame. You just feel the whole box buzzing. It's wonderful. All right, so let's see what we got here for brood. Okay, so I don't see any brood on this frame. No eggs. They are starting to put nectar in here, so that's good. I'm gonna respace this. And then I think the next one's the one that had the brood on it. Oh yeah, check that out. Now they're filling in between. There's some nectar in there as well. A few frames have nectar, and you can see all the drone comb down here on the bottom. Look at that. That's a full frame. Now those are going to hatch out here soon, and there's larvae in other frames there. Around the outside. She's loading this thing up, but she's keeping it all concentrated. So she's not expanding, or they're not expanding the brood comb up here. They're only using what's already here, which is fine by me. Hello. All right, so we're going to put this back together. I don't need to inspect anymore. I don't want to take a chance of killing my queen. We're off to a good start, and we want to keep it that way. Right? And then, so since they're not putting any drone any further than these 3 frames which had drone on them the other time, I'm just going to put this frame right in here. It's going to get nectar most likely. All right, girls. I'm getting a little excited here. See, there's only a few dozen around my face here. All right, so queen excluder back on top. Actually, I'm going to leave that out. I don't really need that right now until I put my other frame, other super on top of there. Store it up here for now. And then I use these election signs for added layer of insulation. But you want to seal the edges so that the ants can't get in there and start laying eggs. They like to do that, and that's probably why I saw some ants up here when I first took this off. I need to get some RTV and seal that one. Let me see if this one's sealed over here. Oh, don't want to forget my pollen petty. So all 3 of those frames had capped brood, so they probably hatched once already because I was in here about 12 days ago and it was all capped over. So that's the second round of brood. So talking about 3,000 bees. So a few days these should hatch, and probably I give it, I think today's the 14th or 15th, probably the 25th or something like that, should be ready for me to add that extra layer, extra box on there. So yeah, this has got ants in it. All right, this one doesn't have the insulation, which they don't need now. It's spring, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this one in there. And that way, pick it up a little bit. Get out. Right. So I'm going to order two bee packages. That way I have a quick way to get my hive count back up to 5. So this is going to be split, getting a split in 2 weeks. My bee packages should be in 3 weeks for these two. And then I've got a 8 frame hive that I'll do a split with after these get up in numbers in a couple of weeks. All right, well, that's about it for now. Hope your bees are doing better than mine. I have to claim responsibility for my losses. As far as I can tell, the hives had plenty of bees to get through winter. They ran out of food, and I gave them extra food in late November, so lesson learned there. We won't do that next year. The year before, we had 100% come through, well, for 2 years in a row. So the first 2 years I was a bee buyer, and for 2 years I was a beekeeper, and then this year I was a bee killer and a beekeeper. So I think we got it down pat now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, or just, you know, people take time to do these films, and if you could just you know, help out with the algorithm and like and subscribe, that would be helpful. God bless. Have a good day.